Hello, I am Silvia Rosabal, and I am the Director of the Office of Cuba Broadcasting. This year, we are proud to recognize Dr. Oscar Elias Biscet with the David Burke Award for Distinguished Journalism. For several years, Dr. Biscet has hosted a weekly radio program titled Lauton Libre, a reference to the Havana neighborhood from where he broadcasts, and to his aspirations for a free and democratic Cuba. This weekly program is an unprecedented effort to give people on the island a platform to freely express their ideas and concerns. The program originates from his home in Havana and is co-produced in Cuba and from our production facilities in Miami. Every week, Lauton Libre offers the perspective of the Cuban citizen who longs to know what is happening in Cuba and around the world, and not reported by official media. Dr. Biscet's program spans a wide range of topics, such as human rights violations, the growing number of gender-specific crimes in Cuba, the repression against women in Iran, the Russian invasion of Ukraine, and other national and international topics of interest to Cuban listeners on the island. He also delves into topics not examined by state media, such as the arrest and imprisonment of those who protest for freedom, the mistreatment of political prisoners and prisoners of conscience, and the restrictions on the use of the internet. Dr. Biscet's perspective is that of a Cuban who advocates for a greater understanding of the principles of respect for human rights, nonviolent civil disobedience, freedom, and democracy. Dr. Biscet's radio program reaches audiences in Cuba through Radio Marti's broadcasts on short and medium wave, and streams through our digital and social media platforms. In an objective, clear, and balanced manner, Dr. Biscet frequently refers to the repression committed by the security forces in Cuba, the actions of the government against democracy, and the plight of those who suffer personally from the abuses of a system that does not allow it to manifest. Dr. Oscar Elias Biscet began practicing and teaching medicine nearly 40 years ago. Beginning in the late 1980s, his open opposition to Cuba's communist government has earned him the regime's scrutiny and surveillance, in addition to multiple political prison sentences. He has been recognized as a former prisoner of conscience by Amnesty International and was awarded the United States Presidential Medal of Freedom in 2007 by President George W. Bush as a human rights and democratic freedoms advocate. Biscet continues those efforts today, and despite pressure from the Cuban authorities, refuses to leave the island. For this and his unwavering will to continue to disseminate information under extremely adverse conditions and continuous harassment from Cuban authorities, OCB is proud to bestow this recognition on this most deserving recipient, Dr. Oscar Elias Biscet. Congratulations.
Hola, estoy feliz y agradecido a la Agencia de los Estados Unidos de los Medios Globales y a la Oficina de Transmisión en Cuba por otorgarme tan prestigioso premio David Burke y reconocer mi labor a favor de la libertad de expresión y los derechos humanos de mi pueblo. También a mi esposa, Elsa Morejón, y a mi padre, Luis Nivallo, y muchos amigos que apoyaron esta hermosa idea de mi participación en Radio Martí. Radio Martí ha sido de su fundación una voz de esperanza y libertad que arropa el bloqueo informativo y el adoctrinamiento intelectual sobre la población cubana por el régimen totalitario comunista. Cuando se vive en una sociedad de miedo, sustentada en la opresión del terror de Estado como en Cuba, se valora mucho los esfuerzos solidarios de los amantes de la libertad para mantener viva la dignidad humana. Dedico este prestigioso premio a todos los luchadores por la libertad de nuestra patria, en especial a los mártires fusilados y los manifestantes del 11J. Gracias, Radio y Televisión Martí. Gracias, Agencia de los Estados Unidos, los medios globales y a todos los que hacen posible que esta voz de libertad llegue al sufrido pueblo cubano. Gracias, América. Muchas gracias.